See, one of the biggest things that I've always regretted is that I don't really have an older mentor who I can actually identify, especially a woman. I think that's important to the point. I think a woman should definitely have stepped up and officiated herself, who's been in this game for a while, as a mentor. She saw me rising into this role, and I don't have that. And I've been treated as if I'm form of competition. And maybe to some I am, because I am London Lamar. But at the end of the day,
you are who?
London Lamar.
There's only one, right?
Only one.
Only one.
But at the same time, they're like, we got to also be okay with understanding the fact that there has to be a generational change in leadership. And so why don't I take on the one who is opening doors and is out here trying to do it in a real, genuine way? So instead of like just being upset about that, I decided that now I'm in this role, I'm gonna do that for the ones behind me.
Amen.
So when I look at my staff, my staff young, you know, when I
fired staff,
they fired.
Yeah.
And they hungry.
Send them a shout out.
I want to shout out to all my staff I've had throughout the year. Elise Smith, who's graduating from Loyola Law School in 2 months. I'm going up there for his graduation. My girl, Mackenzie Mosby, who's now the Director of Policy for Ed Trust. I want to shout out to my campaign manager, now my Director of Policy, Caitlin Thompson.
Caitlin, keep it holding it down.
Caitlin be holding it down. And then I just hired a new young person. His name is Shamar Nash from Memphis. He's now my new executive assistant. And then, of course, I have Brandon Putbreeze, who's been there, has so much institutional knowledge as my communications director. So,
well, you got to tell people what your title is, because you naming off all this staff. Tell them what your title is.
So I'm chairwoman of the Senate Democratic Caucus, which means I run the political arm of the Senate Democratic Caucus, or the minority caucus of people. See, you have Democrat and Republican in the legislature. The Republicans are considered the majority, and the Democrats are the minority because we are smaller in numbers. So I'm one or two leaders in the Senate who serve in that role. This is the first time in the Senate that 2 Black women are in the top 2 leadership roles. Big shout out to Senator Ramesh Akberry as the minority leader. Yes, the first African-American female minority leader in the Senate Minority Caucus. So I'm just thankful to be able to serve with her and be able to lead with her. And she's a little bit older than me, but still young. So not only can she align with me on a lot of young people issues, but she can also serve as somewhat a person who wants to help me as well, because she has more institutional knowledge by being there longer.